Guys, when you have god powers, this is all you want to do in life. You just want to be a matchmaker. You want to make sure that these ice giants love one another, love each other. You just want happiness, love, and prosperity everywhere. Ooh, welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. My name is Crow, and today we have a brand new story called A Crow Story. Nothing Should Last Forever by Velociraptor 4545. After all the conflict, Larry and Helga just took a rest. After all, with Rocky, the catapult apparently, reviving Philip in Rocky's revenge, and the zombie apocalypse, they deserved it. Also, Mr. Death is here. No idea why, but he's here? Question mark. Here we are, taking a look. There's Helga and Larry enjoying their lovely home, having a bit of a rest from all of their crazy adventures, and Mr. Death is here because Mr. Death is a constant companion of our adventurers up there. For some reason, they keep getting themselves into trouble, and Mr. Death enjoys a good reaping of souls. There happens to be a lot of death on their adventures. So here's Mr. Death, waiting for even more death to happen. And over in the distance, lo and behold, a group of 4 farmers have approached Larry and Helga, and nobody knows why. Where do these guys come from? Why are they here? Are they here to see Mr. Death? Clearly unlikely. People usually can't see Mr. Death when he's just chilling. I guess they're here to see Larry and Helga. What do the farmers want? Let's find out. Not that it matters, because Mr. Death is always down for a reaping of souls. Like that, and that, and that, and say goodbye to our lovely farmer friends. You know, Mr. Death, what if they just wanted to come here for tea? What if they want to come here for an afternoon luncheon with Harry and, how did I say Harry and Helga? Larry and Helga! I gotta get my names down, guys. Somehow, Benny's a general while Bjorn makes laws. Get out of here, democracy. Benny usually fights battles against the late Philip supporters with Crow at his side. So what's happening here? What's the storyline of this story so far? So we have our Viking armies as a side of good. Whole bunch of headbutters. You've got your brawlers, your berserkers, and your Valkyries. In the back, you've got Benny the Bard, just chilling with the Vikings, and then a bunch of ice archers. And then way over here, you've got King Philip's armies, including General Rocky, who is not a catapult. He is this knight right here. This is General Rocky, guys. Accept it. Just accept it in your hearts. And no sign of King Philip. So is this like a side battle to what's happening with Harry? I say Harry again. Larry and Helga. Names are difficult, everybody. This seems to be a side battle. Let's see how the battle commences in 3, 2, 1. Go. In go all the Viking units going after, oh my goodness, poor General Rocky is having a bit of a fun time here, surrounded by berserkers and Valkyries on all sides, being overrun, being swarmed. General Rocky goes down. He is done, and now the Valkyries are in the back line of healers and support squires, and now they too are being overrun. The catapults are trying their best to deal as much damage as possible, to deal as much damage into this giant throng of red people. Come on, catapults. Do you have another volley in you? Oh, this guy's getting ready to fire into that throng right there, just like that. Look at all of that. Another volley. Oh my god, that poor Viking just got smacked in the back of the head by a catapult rock. That was rude, and he looks to be oh, he's alive. Well, that's shocking. I am absolutely surprised. And now it seems that most of the blue team is dead, and now the ice archers are working on the catapults, and we are going to be declaring victory here any moment now. Catapults got a couple more volleys in. Benny the Bard leading the charge in on the act. Benny, you okay? I'm poking you with a stick right now. You okay there, bud? Do you have him? The voice said. No, my lordship. The battle is underway now, said Da Vinci. Get the brother. We have just made a mind control device, exclaimed the voice. What for? Da Vinci asked. For Bjorn. We are to control his army and make a purge, the voice replied. So who is the voice? Maybe Da Vinci's not as bad as we cracked him up to be in previous videos. Maybe Da Vinci is being spoken to by an evil voice, or the evil voice and Da Vinci are working together in tandem. We don't know, but Bjorn is here, and things are not looking good. That is a sizable army against Bjorn's forces, including fellow Vikings. Why are these Vikings going against their Thane, going against their leader? Da Vinci in his tank with Viking units against Bjorn with a mind control device to control Bjorn? Is the tank the mind control device, or does Da Vinci inside the tank have in his possession the mind control device? I still don't understand the plot of this story so far. So far, it seems like there's this voice, this evil entity, and he's trying to destroy Larry and his friends. We have to see what happens as the story progresses in 3, 2, 1, go. The battle commences. The brawlers go around the pit of death. Don't go into the pit of death. The pit of death is not a good sign. Archers are firing on the shields of these brawlers, and Bjorn comes in after his units, but in come the two ice giants, Hugo and Hugo? That's a terrible name. We'll think of a better name than that. Poor Bjorn in amongst the ice giants, in amongst the fellow Vikings who are going against their theme, but the ice giants are not having any of it. In comes Da Vinci, but Da Vinci doesn't even matter. The ice giants knock Bjorn unconscious, allowing Da Vinci to use his mind control device. Bjorn was being mind controlled. Queen Kira and her loving husband, Captain Kyle, called Mr. Death to stop Da Vinci, but it was too late. The mysterious voice announced the purge, and crimes were already happening. A hit to the head and maybe an accidental bit of blood loss cured Bjorn and ended Da Vinci's life for the second time. So let's get this straight. We have the pirate queen Kira, who is apparently married to this guy, and he's already been named Captain Kyle, as if I'm going to remember all these names. Guys, if I mess up names, don't blame me. There's about 100 names now. Captain Kyle with his pirate hat and his pirate pair. Oh my goodness, Mr. Death. Mr. Death, you okay? You need to lay off the drugs, dude. Your eyes are huge. Thanks to Miss Kira and Mr. Kyle, they were able to help Bjorn, the little bit of blood loss. And Bjorn is in blue, and Da Vinci's in blue. So this seems to be the way they're going to be knocking Bjorn unconscious. What are these vampires doing down here? There's a whole fleet of vampires down here. Hidden vampire units coming in to defeat Bjorn and Da Vinci. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we can see how this fight is going to go in 3, 2, 1, go. The pistol guys are shooting the cannonball bombs. Da Vinci is opening fire on all the vampires and the skeletons, completely demolishing them. The vampires are trying to attack, but they're getting destroyed by Da Vinci. Da Vinci's just spinning the vampires around in circles. You go, vampires. You hold on tight. Don't let go. Oh, Bjorn is being completely surrounded by the vampires, and there's nomming Bjorn, who has a lot of blood to give. Bjorn is a big man until that happened. We have victory. Mr. Death came in to help, and so did Captain Kyle, that was his name, and the pirate queen, Kira. The leader of the Blue Tribe has captured Larry. Aragon must rescue him before it's too late. So this seems to be the side story. So you got the one story on the one side involving Bjorn and Da Vinci and this evil voice. And then on this other side story, you've got Larry and Helga. Helga seems to be nowhere to be seen. And Larry is... Has anyone seen Larry? Larry's supposed to be captured by the blue team, but I don't see Larry. Is Larry all like damsel in distress stashed somewhere? I don't see him. I would expect him to be like somewhere around here. Just kind of chilling, being all Larry and stuff. And apparently someone named Aragon must rescue them. Is this Aragon? Is Aragon the shaman of Crowism? Is that his name? Aragon, the shaman of Crowism. The battle begins, and all of a sudden a bunch of tribesmen are fighting tribesmen. Oh, Manny the Mammoth is in there causing havoc. I'm not sure why tribes are fighting tribes, but where's Larry? Wasn't he kidnapped? Shouldn't he be here right now? Aragon coming in with his lovely staff of bone, because he is the shaman of Crowism. Manny the Mammoth causing havoc. The clubbers are beating down the spear throwers, and there's just this one little rocket thrower. Look at this boulder thrower. Look at Manny down, staring Manny in the face, got booped by the nose, a good nose boop, and then stepped on by the mammoth. Running away from multiple murderers, robbers, and assaults, Aragon and Larry met with King Bjorn, who overthrew King Philip in Rocky's Revenge, and Benny fighting the cult of Philip. There's a cult of Philip? So hold on. There is the religion of Crowism and the cult of Philip. You've got Aragon, the Crowist shaman, and then you got Mr. Larry. Everyone knows Larry. Larry's easy. Then you've got Bjorn and Benny and some ice archers, Valkyries, and an army. And then you've got General Rocky, just kind of chilling here. General Rocky doing his thing. Archers, and Mr. Death. Mr. Death is going for the backdoor flight that no one ever sees because he's Mr. Death. So the cult of Philip. Is Philip raising a religious army? Let's start the battle in 3, 2, 1, go. The brawlers move in. The berserkers leap in. And Mr. Death on the back door takes all of these poor little healers and such. General Rocky is being surrounded by his enemies. This fight's over, guys. There's no way. There's no way General Rocky's forces could ever take on Mr. Death himself. Smooth Talker Benny told everybody to go to the Monkey King. He must have forgotten about the Helga disaster and Bjorn's brainwash of it. Luckily, Crow summoned Kira and Captain Kyle. So here we are in the Dynasty faction. Why are we seeking the help of the Monkey King? So we had the one side story with this evil voice. I think the evil voice is still a thing. We'll find out later in this story. And then you had the other side story of like Larry getting kidnapped and being saved. This story is very confusing. But here we have Captain Kyle and his army. Then you've got Miss Pirate Queen Kira over there with clams. Apparently the clan faction has joined Pirate Queen Kira. And Benny, Bjorn, and Larry and Helga are all surrounded by the Monkey King's forces. But luckily the pirates are here to clean up in 3, 2, 1. Go! In go the forces. Oh, the bombs on a stick. I want to see these bombs on a stick units just do a thing. That's right. Walk up to those ninjas, give them a good smack, and boom, there you go. The Monkey King is in on the forces, but again, these Dynasty forces are completely outnumbered, overmatched. The Harpooner grabbing onto the Monkey King. Monkey King duplicating multiple times. Completely surrounded. Pirate Captain Kyle and Pirate Queen Kira and Benny are all here. Mr. Larry chilling on the side on his own because Larry knows he's protected by his god. So he doesn't mind coming over here and having a good chill. Just relaxing as all the chaos goes on. Larry continued to survive all purge attacks. Then, just before it ended, Terry, Larry's evil clone, ambushed them. How will they get out of this one? So now it's starting to make sense. We have these purge things occurring. So this purge that's been started by the evil voice is what's causing all these factions to fight each other, all in an attempt to survive the purge. So now we gotta try and find, I would imagine, the evil leader of this, the evil voice, that secret voice behind everything to figure out what's going on. Maybe the secret voice is Terry, evil brother of Larry. Maybe, but I doubt it. I think we have not yet found the evil voice behind everything. Larry, Helga, and Benny are over here off to the side, and Bjorn is in the midst of his armies as they prepare to attack in 3, 2, 1, go. Headbutters going in, going after Terry. Poor Terry. Terry, oh my goodness. Terry should not be in the front of his armies. That's clearly a mistake. That is a sign of an inexperienced leader. If you're that weak, like Terry, in the front of your armies, it's brave but foolish. Valkyries in the back line getting destroyed by these simple farmers. The hobbits are in, the farmers are in. Lots of battle, lots of death. Bjorn coming in with his giant axe ready to wreak havoc on these minions. Larry, the better, smarter of his brothers, safely in the back line, adding bomb support with the archers. Benny is a little too aggressive. You're a little bit too close to the front line. You might get some friendly fire here from the ice arrows. You gotta watch your back there, Benny. Helga's somewhere in that mess. We've resurrected Helga 300 times. She has a bad habit of getting in there, getting killed, and going, yo, Crow, can you res me? And I'm like, yes, Helga, I will res you because I gotta, or Larry gets upset. I will say these simple farmers are putting up a fight and they're surviving far longer than I expected. Luckily, the ice arrows are gonna, oh, we've got farmers in the back line. Larry, you gotta help your farmer friends. You gotta help your archer friends, sorry. There you get the potions in there, get that confusion. Benny, do something, play an inspiring song. Lay off the drugs because your eyes are messed up. Play something awesome like Through the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force, something epic. It seems like our backline is safe thanks to Larry as they continue to bomb. They're safe, but a little drunk from the potions. That's okay. Now it's a simple cleanup and we are victorious, continuing to survive the purge on our quest to figure out who is behind all of this. After ending his brother, Larry went to find the ice giant resistance, but an army ambushed them. Crow needed to step in here. We have a bit of a situation, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 ice giants and Vikings going against Bjorn. Again, this whole purge concept is making friend against friend, brother against brother. It is not a good time. We're gonna have to step in here and keep our band of merry men alive. Oh yeah, we've got a plan here. 3, 2, 1, execute. Bombs blow up in the back line, destroying the back line, and then the front line is falling in love. They're just a happy, loving people. I mean, look how much love these ice giants have. They just want to love each other. They want to love everybody. And I'm going to make sure that they stay in love as our lovely army. Oh, there's a little bit of a problem here. These guys are a little bit too much love going on. Love each other. Don't love Larry. Get away from Larry. Have more love. Have even more love. More love. Love everybody. Love you. Look now. Oh, there's too much love going on, guys. Guys, when you have god powers, this is all you want to do in life. You just want to be a matchmaker. You want to make sure that these ice giants love one another, love each other. You just want happiness, love, and prosperity everywhere. Also, how durable is... I've shot so many Cupid arrows at these guys. How durable are they? Let's up the count, shall we? 20 per volley. There you go. Maximum love. That's what we're talking about. So much love. All the love arrows in them. Are you kidding me right now? There we go. A love barrage to finish the fight. Vulcan? The Resistance exclaimed. Yes, it's me. You thought I was left in the dust? My relations with the dead realm are closer than your puny brains can imagine. And now I shall wipe out the rest of the human race. Then a new age will dawn. The age of the giants. You think you can defeat the most powerful entities in the universe? The god of peace, the sensei calmly said. I can be resurrected whenever I please. And you believe a mortal like you can defeat me? Yelled death. Vulcan then shouted a war cry, and the battle began. So the evil, dark, creepy voice behind everything was none other than Vulcan himself, who has one mission in life: to remove all human life on the world and allow his ice giants to live in peace and harmony. Or something like that. He basically wants ice giants instead of humans on the planet. And so Vikings have chosen to follow Vulcan into battle. Lots and lots of Vikings, including fencers and musketeers, because the Renaissance faction, because of Da Vinci, is also part of Vulcan's domain. To defeat them, we have the armies of Mr. Death himself, Miss Pirate Queen Kira, Mr. Pirate Captain Kyle. Ha! I remembered. Larry, who looks beyond terrified right now. He knows he's gonna die in this battle. There's the beautiful Miss Helga, Mr. Benny ready to play through the fire and flames, King Philip and Bjorn standing side by side. Not something you see very often. The Raptors, but you have to ask yourself, are these Raptors or are these pirates turned into Raptors thanks to Larry's potions? Zeus, a Sensei, Artemis, and Euler and Cupid. All the gods are here. So the Sensei apparently is the god of peace and harmony or something like that. Hugo is here, being a boss. Minnie is here, being amazing. Don't forget Sammy in the back is a shogun. I don't know what he's doing. He's just chilling. This is quite the display of power against Vulcan. Oh, and how could I fail to mention Mr. Death himself? Ladies and gentlemen, the fight begins in 3, 2, 1, go! In go the skeleton armies and musketeers are firing the cattle. Oh my god. Apparently we had bomb cannons. Look at the bomb cannons. That just destroyed all front lines, allied and enemy. Catapults are firing. In go the Raptor Pirates and Pirate Queen Kira and Pirate Captain Kyle and Mr. Death himself. Everyone's trying to get to the ice giants in the back. Vulcan's in there somewhere. He's probably dead already. He's not very strong. He gets resurrected all the time. The ice giants are being bombarded by Death himself. Not to mention ice arrows and Larry's potions. King Philip and Mr. Death side by side. Mr. Death causing a huge swath of damage on these blue Vikings, these traitors. The Raptor Pirates are in. Pirate Queen Kira is dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight. Literally, there's a pale moonlight, and I'm guessing Mr. Death is a devil. Oh, Pirate Queen did her jumping bomb maneuver. Look at that. There's Mr. Bjorn. There's Zeus. There's the Sensei. And there's Sammy in the background. Artemis in the background. Guys, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. You hear Cupid's arrows doing their job. These ice giants are not going to survive. Pirate Queen Kira and King Philip on this ice giant. Mr. Death on both ice giants. I think one of the ice giants is probably dead. Yep, that one's dead. Hugo going fist to fist with his last ice giant. And in the end, the ice giant resistance is victorious in defeating Vulcan and his evil armies.